Alright guys, we are back for yet another Bleach Brave Souls video, and it is now time for our monthly tier list in which we do update all 5 different attributes and add in the new characters and also update some character rankings because they have gotten their resurrections or are about to get one within the next coming days. And since I'm a little late because by the time of me recording this, it's June 26th, tomorrow we're going to be getting the end of month banner announcement, and you guys will see the new characters ranked on the next video, which will be next month, and by then we'll also have the anniversary characters out. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started, and start off with the speed attribute because we have 2 new characters and 2 new resurrections to go ahead and talk about. So first things up, we have Zombie Toshiro and Zombie Rengiku. Now, Zombie Toshiro is a very good character. The only unfortunate thing about this character is that he has been overshadowed by Gremmy, and there's kind of little to no reason to summon for this character when Gremmy is going to be back on the 10th anniversary banner, and more than likely people already have that character 2-5 to even 5-5 at that point, and it's like, the only reason you're gonna want to summon for this character is because you're a Zombie Toshiro fan, or you just like Toshiro in general, because he's not a bad character, definitely by no means. That being said, he is the typical limit breaker character that you would expect to excel everywhere else in PVE content, and in Guild Quest still do okay, just with a couple caveats in this kind of case. Because his performance, he can get 55 at max transcendence, but it's like, it's not that much of an improvement compared to the likes of Gremmy, who does a pretty similar score, if not slightly better than him. But anywho, Holo Killer plus ranged attacking character with the double soul trait of strong attack damage of 20 and recharge time of minus 12%, and he does have a very nice set of skills. It's just that he needed to have Frenzy 3 and a better EX move. And yeah, that's pretty much what he's missing, because he does have the Soul Reaper Resonance skill, which will allow him to get up to 30% more strong attack damage in guild quests, in PvE content, and in co-op, 40%, and in epic raids up to 60%. And this is entirely dependent on how many Soul Reapers are on the team. Toshiro will get stronger. And then he does have the Team Party Speed attribute character strong attack damage of 20%, which is basically Mugetsu's soul trait, but as a skill. In my opinion, this should have been directly Soul Reaper strong attack damage, in my opinion, or Captain strong attack damage. I don't understand why they gave him this. 50% Berserker. With this, it's basically up to 70%. He does have Bombardment with damage to frozen enemies of 80%. With Frenzy 2, increased element chance against Holos. The Bull Tear, Poise Break. Kinda not really needed because this guy already procs Freeze. Could have been replaced with like another skill. Sharpshooter, 80% SP boost and weakened defense, and he has some innate abilities such as having Havoc, Freeze immunity, and Sprint +1. And this kid is not too bad either because he has the same SA1 as the Tech Giselle, which is an 840 cone shape attack in front. Suction Vortex into a beam attack, similar to the Mind 1000-Year Blower Candace, the one that has Captain Killer, and then a 1200 radius full screen SA3. So, like, the kit isn't bad. It's just, you're better off using this character, and there's not really that much of a reason for wanting to summon on the character. And with the way of how we're going to rank Zombie Toshiro, he's definitely going to go into SS, because he at least gets everything done as a Limit Breaker quest character. But that being said, I'm probably going to want to put him underneath Unohana. Might be a bit biased, but with how this character has aged perfectly in Guild Quest, I still deem her to be a much better speed character. And yeah, I might change the placement in the future, but for now, this is the way of how I feel with Unohana. And while we're at it, I'm just going to bump up VL and be at the top of SS, because I just think it's more fitting, and I think he does the job better in Guild Quest compared to Asnot, but still great. At the end of the day, they're both really similar with what they're meant to do in different GQ rotations. And yeah, up next is going to be Zombie Rengiku. Now, Zombie Rengiku is a very interesting character because she is essentially what Mugetsu does, but for normal tech characters. Now, ignore this skill right here. It's pretty much a mistake from Soldex's part. It's normal attack damage of 25% to the entire team, and it's as a soul trait. So, this character, if the normal attack character does not have, per se, Team Party increased character normal attack damage of 20%, you'll be able to use Rengiku to give that character extra normal attack damage. And this character is the perfect partner to have when you're using the likes of Zombie Toshiro, because she too has access to the Soul Reaper Resonance skill and will have the Team Party skill of being able to offer 30% damage to element-affected enemies per Soul Reaper. So she's getting it, Toshiro is getting it, and of course, your other partner on the team is going to be the Power Shunsui, who is the only booster for the ranged Captain Guild Quest. And that being said, everything else has a Bruiser of 40%, Flurry +1, Flurry +2 in Guild Quest, follow-up, which we haven't seen in a very long time, increased element chance against Hollows, extra killer effect in Guild Quest, long reach, multi-barrier, poise, range damage of 10% 30 in Guild Quest, and then also has Sharpshooter. Other than that, it's pretty much the same stuff that you would expect out of a normal attacking character for Guild Quest, and also does have dodge hollow damage with freeze immunity and Sprinter +1. I don't think the kit really matters too much because she's a Nat character. She has a beam on the SA1, which can be a bit annoying. 625 radius all around her and a 975 in front. So, yeah, other than that, very good character. I do see the value with the Link, but I don't think it's really all that needed ever since she came out. It's a nice 1000-year blower character that has been added, will become a filler in like 8 months-ish time, and she'll definitely be a good character to pick up alongside the likes of Zombie Totra and Meteor. So where am I going to place this character? Honestly, I think I'm just going to place her right next to the Guild Quest normal attacking characters, where they're pretty much very similar, because at the end of the day, they're pretty much the same. So yeah, right above Apache, I think makes sense. I mean, you can argue Apache to be above Rengoku, but I don't think it really matters all too much at the end of the day. So we'll just leave her right around here. The order doesn't matter too much. And up next, we gotta talk about the characters that have gotten their resurrections. So first up is going to be Seinosuke. Now, Seinosuke, he got himself a very, very good Link and a very nice set of upgrades. That being said, however, this guy still sucked because of the kit. But all you guys need to know is that he picked this up, which is going to be a fantastic speed Link to use for every one of your best characters. And he also picked up a lot of damage. He had his Berserker increased from 40 to 70%, picked up full stamina damage boost, more full stam strong attack damage, and also picked up multi-barrier with one of the healing skills. So the upgrades are nice. That being said, there was nothing that they could really do to salvage this character because he had a complete range collision hit, just like the Tech 1000-year blower Uyu. So it is what it is. So at the bare minimum, I'm just gonna bump him up and put him right underneath Kisuke. I think it's more fitting. He's a very good Link. He can be usable in PVE content. Obviously not a character you would use for Guild Quest and Limit Breaker Quest, but yeah, there you guys go. Other than that, the whole purpose is for the Link. And up next is going to be this Fierce Battle Uryu. Now, Uryu got himself a very good resurrection. I don't think that his soul trait is that much better than, say, Seinosuke, but what it does is really, really good. And I'm just going to pull up Discord real quick. He picked up strong attack damage of 16% via the soul trait, and his upgrades are also very goddamn nice because he essentially picked up Havoc of 20%, which fixes the whole problem that this guy had, which was the lack of range, and also picked up Purity and Team Party Speed Attribute Character strong attack damage of 20%. He got a very nice substantial damage increase while also picking up Havoc, which makes it a not so bad resurrection for a premium unit. I would actually argue to say that it's pretty much more so on the lines of being just as good as 5th Anniversary Byakuya, and he has a very good kit too, so like, that's the thing you guys need to take into consideration. So when it comes to bumping up Uryu, I'll say this, I don't think that the soul trait is as good as Seinosuke, but I think that this character is very nice and well deserving of at least going into A tier. So I'm gonna bump him up right underneath Byakuya. I think it's the perfect placement for this character. This guy is going to be a little bit more fun to play as. Obviously, not getting epic raids, but in PvE content, everywhere else you want to use him, oh yeah, you can actually make some work with him. And that's it for the speed attributes. We're done. We can now move on to the next one, which is going to be the heart attribute. And for heart, we have one new resurrection that is going to be dropping soon, and one new character, and I think that this character was pretty much the prize of the 1000-year blower banner that we got almost a month ago, and that's Mayuri. This character, he's basically better than 1000-year blower Rukia. It's not even funny, because he got a much better designed kit, has the trap effect, and has a very nice, similar SA3 like Basby, and his skill set works for what he wants to do. He has Frenzy 2, Frenzy 3, and Guild Quest, Bombardment, damage to paralyzed enemies of 80%, increased element chance against Soul Reapers with the extra melee damage, killer effect, you guys know the stuff, paralysis immunity, poise, 80% SP boost with weakened defense, killer plus against Squad 0, he's a melee character, and yeah, what else? Havoc of 20%, Marauder and Sperm plus 1. The only issue, again, no Berserker, but what he does in Guild Quest, he's just as powerful as Sun, even though he does not have the X move. So, yeah, 3k length beam on the SA1, 960 all around the characters, similar SA2 to the likes of 9th Anniversary Kenpachi and 5th Anniversary Byakuya remake, and then he has the 1200 radius in front, and then spawns the trap in front, which will allow him to proc the status elements and get away with being able to kill off everyone. So, I think Mayuri is a very easy placement, and I find this character to be very, very good. So, with that in mind, I'm putting him into SS, and I'm putting him right above all of these characters right here. In PVE, he works very nicely. In Guild Quest, he's pretty much better than all 4 of these characters combined, which is crazy to even think about, so I think he's an easy top 3 for the heart attribute, even though, look, I know Toshiro, he's still good, but let's be honest, in Guild Quest, you need dupes into this character. It's not even funny, and in Limit Breaker Quest, he is not looking to be very good at all. True Shikai, kind of the same thing, realistically speaking, and the same thing can be said about Kilgay, that you need dupes. Now, in Okira, he is still great in Guild Quest, it's just, I don't know, man, I am never too much of a big fan when it comes to these boosting SA2s that don't inflict status elements, and it's a good reason as to why I have Rukia ranked somewhere around, hold on, where was she? Yeah, at the bottom of SS, so, yeah, you guys get the point, so we'll just leave it at that. And the last character to talk about is Renji. That being said, his upgrades are mid, because he did at least pick up Guard Break, right? So it's not that bad at the end of the day. It could have been so much worse. But when you look at everything else, he didn't get much of an upgrade in his Bruiser. He did pick up DR, which is an okay link, but are you going to use him as a link compared to 20 DR links? Oh, you're not. And for the likes of Guild Quest, sorry, but you're just not using him. And I find it crazy how I had him above Findor all this time. Yeah, we'll just leave him there. Like, nothing gets changed for this character. Yeah, he picked up Guard Break, but, like, what else is there to really say? Like, you're still gonna be able to auto with this character, but it's, like, still the same character. Nothing got changed. So, maybe I'm hating him a little bit too much, but I don't know, man. Even Yami got a better resurrection. Even Grimjaw got a better resurrection. Even Soifon got a better resurrection, even though she did not have Guard Break. But Booster matters a lot, so yeah. Alright. Up next is going to be the technique attributes. No new characters, however, we did get ourselves a really broken resurrection, which, Kenpachi, bruh. And for your own world Kenpachi, we gotta talk about him, but I don't even know where I have him ranked, but before we get into it, this guy's upgrades. Let me just tell you guys that this guy was bad on release because he was a normal attacking character with no guard break, no crowd control, and he also had no status elements in his entire kit, making him way worse than the likes of Machine Society Ruruka back in 2020. And what this guy got, he got a massive glow up for no goddamn reason. They could have easily left him the same as he was, but yet, let me just show you guys, right? So, through the Soul Tree, he picked up a normal attack damage of plus 18 increase. Now, the Soul Tree, you're never really going to use it because you want more DR, but for what the character is going to be doing, this helps. Okay? It helps. Because take a look at everything else. He also picked up a long reach of 20%, also got DR against all wrong cards, and Sperm plus 1 got moved, and already a 98% bruiser, because his bruiser used to be 40%, it got up to 80%, and then you also have the 18% normal attack damage soul trait right here. You finish the attribute tree, the first page, you can get it up to 100% plus, immediately, which is stupid. And then what else? He picked up freeze immunity, so if you want to, and if you do not have access to a lot of the crazy characters, you can use them as a side in the Melee or Ronker guild quest. They even buffed the speed link slot potion skill by an extra 3 potions, so you can grind up to 8 per run, guaranteed. And his Flurry plus 1 got changed into Flurry plus 2. Oh, but that's not all. This guy also picked up Guard Break. Bro. What were you guys thinking? I don't believe it. This guy got a crazy resurrection. Where did I rank him before his resurrection came out? Oh my fucking god, I ranked him into C? That's about to change. That's about to change. He's immediately going into A, alright? He's definitely going to be usable in Guild Quest, for sure. And in Epic Raids, he should be quite fine, unless it's not the Ultra Awakened Epic Raid. So I think that his ranking, I think, would work well right around here. Yeah, easily, bro. I think it's perfect. So stupid, just to even think about. But, yeah, Kenny got a massive glow up. You can use this guy in Guild Quest just fine. And I've got nothing else to add, really. So with this, we can now move on to the next attribute because nothing else got resurrected for Tech and we didn't get any new character whatsoever. So let's move on. Up next is going to be the Mind attribute. And it might look a little bit weird to you guys, but that's because I just finally added the SSS category. And we only have one new character to talk about, no new resurrections, but this new character, in my opinion, is a top 3 contender in the game, and that is none other than 5th Anniversary Byakuya. Oh, this character at 1-5, he can get freaking 55 seconds remaining in the ranged Stern Ritter guild quest. I'm not kidding, and he is a very cracked mind unit. Like, this is not a guild quest lead. This is literally a character that is in competition with the 9th Anniversary characters and full-bring Bankai Ichigo. For Mind, he finally got this. We were missing this kind of soul trait for so long. I don't know why it took this long, but we finally got it. Strong attack damage of 20% with recharge time of minus 12%. And he has paralysis plus on his entire kit and a superior second strong attack. A bit of a longer cooldown, but he does hit harder by 20% more, which is very good. And his EX move is the Walking Vortex, which is actually nice. It complements the kit so goddamn well, and it has a lot of range to the EX move itself. And then you take a look at the skill set. Sprint plus 2, Havoc of 20, Sharpshooter, 70% Berserker. Obviously, in base it's 50. With the Soul Trait, yeah, it goes up to 70. You guys get the point. Devastation of 50. Complete status immunity. Strong attack damage at 40% when at full stam. Frenzy 3. Not Frenzy 2 or Frenzy 2, Frenzy 3 in Guild Quest. Just flat Frenzy 3. And then you also have Bombardment, Debilitator, increased element chance against Quincy's, damage to paralyzed enemies of 50%, weakened defense, long stride, and the 80% SP boost. And his kit is also good too. He has the Suction Vortex, just like Bankai Senjumaru, Asnaught, the Magic Society Giselle, you guys name it. The same SA2 as 9th Annie Kenpachi, and then you have a regular 1200 radius full screen SA3. Enough said. Enough said. Enough said. I've got nothing else to add here. Oh yeah, I did also buff Yumichika from A to S. I just forgot to change the placement before recording, but yeah, that's it. We're done with the Mind attribute list. We can move on to the next one. We didn't get anything else, but, yeah. He's a stupid character, man. I want to get him. I don't have him, and I got to showcase him on a friend's account. Oh, God. He's so good. He is very fucking good. I'm not kidding when I say this. But now, let's move on to the final attribute, being Power. And guess what? For Power 2, we did add an SSS category, and I think you guys already know where we're going for, but before we add the new character, we gotta talk about the resurrections, because we did get 2 new resurrections. Oh, and I also did bump down Mugetsu, which I forgot to say before at the start of the video, because I had him like around here, but then after that, I did drop him here. So yeah, my bad for not clarifying, but it doesn't matter. Let's just talk about the new resurrections. So let's just get out of the way the bad one, Zalapro. What is there to say? It's kind of a similar case with Renji, but here's the thing. This character was already bad upon coming out into the game, right? There was nothing that they could really do. And what they did was that they buffed his Berserker a little bit more by 30%. They didn't give him Havoc. He did get Guard Break though, but he also picked up Coin Drop. So yeah, he's still gonna stay on the list as I classified him. Nothing is getting changed, so we'll leave Zalaporo as is. But Shunsui is a character that we do need to talk about a lot, because this is a very good resurrection, and I'm happy to see that we have gotten something better than Mami Rukia, and I hope to God that we'll start getting even stronger resurrections from now on. What did this guy get? Soul Trait. Damage to lacerated enemies of 22%. Very nice. Now, we don't have any power character that can inflict laceration, but for his skill set, this works nicely. You guys will see why in a good minute. Now, everything else, he picked up Guard Break, which was new, and Fire Resistance of 100%. His Berserker got increased by 30%, used to be 20, now 50. His Frenzy stayed the same, so no upgrade there, but he also did pick up increased element chance against no affiliation enemies. Alright, meaning that you can use this guy in Guild Quest. Has damage to lacerated enemies of 62%, weaken defense, and the 50% SP boost skill. They gave us a character that can almost compete in Guild Quest. I think that this guy could very well be able to clear the Nightmare No Affiliation Guild Quest, the melee one. I'll be surprised if he can clear all the extra waves. I'll definitely say. But I think that this character got a very massive upgrade. He's really good. I'll definitely say. Obviously, the kit, it isn't too spectacular, because he has a 570 lunge on the SA1, and then has the Suction Vortex on the SA2, but he has a beautiful 1170 SA3, like the Mind Thousand Year Blower. So with this set in mind, this guy is going into A, but like the top of A. Around here, and I probably want to put him above this Spirit's Offer with the Keyscape. If he does really well to the point that he clears all the waves, even at 5-5, and can do it just fine, bro, I'll actually be surprised, because he's going to be one of the more surprising resurrections of the year. He's basically, what if Mami Rukia had the Disabler consistently? That's literally what this character will be, which is crazy to even think about. And now, finally, the best one for last. Aizen, bro. What they did with this character is so crazy, because this is a character that doesn't even have Frenzy 3, and he doesn't have any Guild Quest skills. So you would think that this character is inferior to Byakuya by a good long mile, except it's only barely. Only barely. Because he got the God Kit. He got a marvelous EX move that works nicely with his kit. And just look at everything else that he has. So he has the same soul trait as Byakuya. So strong attack damage of 20 and recharge time of -12% with Captain Killer Plus. Ranged attacking character with Dominate and Drain. I'm kind of happy to see double ailments again, even though it's better to have ailment plus, but for what this character can do, I just think it works so nicely, man. I don't mind it. The only problem is, of course, if you're bringing Aizen and Candace on the same team, they're not going to work, because Candace doesn't have ailment plus, so ailments are not going to correlate well together, but using Asnot with this character can work, because Asnot does have Paralysis Plus, and in the future, we're going to get more Captain Killers to use in the Guild Quest rotation, so I think it's going to be fine in the long run. But everything else, he has Sprint plus 2, Havoc of 20, Sharpshooter, 100% Berserker, Devastation of 50%, full stamina damage boost of 20, 100% ailment immunity, Frenzy 2, Bombardment plus 1, Devoteer of plus 7 seconds, increased element chance against Soul Reapers, damage to dominated enemies of 100% with weakened defense, Long Stride, and the 80% SP boost. He has a very similar nuking potential like Byakuya. The only difference is that this guy has Frenzy 2, whereas Byakuya has Frenzy 3. but this guy got a much better kit than Byakuya. I think that if this guy had Frenzy 3, I'm gonna be real with you guys, he probably would be taking the #1 spot of the entire game all over again, and that's kind of why they decided to give this guy Frenzy 2. And even then, bro, this character is capable of getting 53 to 54 seconds at 1.5. At 2.5, he can get 55. And of course, at Max Transcended, more than that. 56, maybe even 57. Which is crazy to even think about. And if you look at his skill set, no Guild Quest skills. Right? And he just does so much better than Candace. And he's the best power character in the game. Easy ranking, boys. Easy ranking. And I'm quite content with the list already. Finally, man. Aizen just comes in, makes power really good. That's what we'd like to see. And yeah, that about does it. That's the end of the rankings for these characters. Let me know if you guys do agree or disagree in the comment section down below. Some people are going to be quite happy with how I rank the characters. Some aren't going to be too optimistic. We can just talk about it in a friendly manner without being an asshole in the comment section down below, right? We can do that. Let's just be more civilized people. Damn it. So, yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, hit the bell notification and all that good stuff. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Next month, we'll definitely update the tier list once more and include the 10th anniversary character. Yeah, this has been your boy, the Dash Smasher, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. So take care, lads. Bye. Sayonara. Ciao, ciao.